So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, let's start dito sa ating discussion to the introduction to the Philippine criminal justice system. Okay, so last meeting we discussed ano ba yung nauna? Is it the crime or is it the law? And then, based doon sa ating nangyaring semi-debate, ang sagot is that it is the law. Okay. Tandaan niyo tong Latin maxim natin, which is nullum crimen, nulla piona sine lege. Anong ibig sabihin yan? There is no crime if there is no law punishing it. Again, nullum crimen, nulla piona sine lege. There is no crime if there is no law punishing it. Okay. Next naman, i-define natin what is crime. Okay, sabi dyan, it is an act or omission in violation of a criminal law, forbidding or commanding it. Now, himay-himayin natin yung what is crime na yan. First, you have the word act. When we say act, diba yan yung mga actions, mga nakikita natin na ginagawa ng isang tao. Okay, when we say act, it is an overt act or external act. Yung mga nakikita nga. Like for example, yung pagwawalis. That is an action, right? But, but ang pagwawalis ba is considered as a crime? Siyempre, the answer is no. So, how would we know if that action is considered as a crime? Okay, basahin pa natin. Sabi dyan, an act or omission in violation of the criminal law. So, meaning, yung action na ginawa mo is naka-violate ka ngayon doon sa tinatawag nating criminal law. Now, underline the word criminal law. When we say now criminal law, ano yan? It is a branch of law. Again, it is a branch of law that defines crime. Branch of law that defines crime, treats of its nature, and provides for punishment or provides punishment. Again, criminal law, it is a definition, defines crime, treats of its nature, and provides for punishment. Now, ano ba yung criminal law? Okay, in criminal law, dyan ngayon natin makikita yung mga actions na ginagawa ng isang tao wherein matatawag natin ngayon na krimen. Now, ano-ano yan sa mga criminal law na yan? We have the revised penal code. We have the special penal law. Okay. Sa mga yon, doon natin makikita, dinedefine nila, binibigay nila yung elements ng mga crime na tinatawag natin. Now, balik tayo dito sa definition ng crime. Sabi dyan, it is an act or omission. When we say naman omission, ano yan? Okay, kabaliktaran yan ng act. Why? Kasi when we say na omission, it is a failure to do an act which the law is requiring or commanding you to do so. Okay. Ma'am, paano naman yung sa omission? Parang ganito yan. May hindi ka ginawa, kaya ka nagkaroon ng crime. Okay? May hindi ka ginawa, kaya nagkaroon ka ng crime. Okay, one example, no, or the best example for our omission na mostly lumalabas daw sa board examination is that, like this. AAA, pumunta siya doon sa isang uninhabited place. Okay, itong si Mr. AAA, pumunta siya sa uninhabited place. When we say now uninhabited place, yan yung lugar wherein walang katao-tao. Okay, walang katao-tao, walang kabahay-bahay. Or kaya, bihira lang yung may mga taong dumaan dun. Habang nandun si Mr. AAA, nakita niya ngayon si Mr. B. Okay, nakita niya si Mr. B, anong nangyari kay Mr. B? Duguan. Then si Mr. B nanghingi siya ng help kay Mr. A. Then anong ginawa ni Mr. A? Hinayaan niya lang si Mr. B doon. Sabihin natin namatay ngayon yan si Mr. B. Now, is Mr. A liable for a crime? Okay, syempre the answer is yes. Diyan ngayon papasok yung tinatawag nating omission. Okay, isa pang example. Mr. A, naglalakad siya ngayon doon sa may tapat ng CCJ. Okay? Sabihin natin, madaling araw, si Mr. A naglalakad doon sa tapat ng CCJ. Now, habang naglalakad siya, nakita niya ngayon si Mr. B. Same scenario. Nakita niya na duguan. Nangingi sa kanya ng tulong, tapos hindi niya tinulungan. Now, question again, is Mr. A liable for a crime? Syempre, the answer is no. Okay? You can spot the difference between the two. Lagi niyong tatandaan yung element natin doon, which is the uninhabited place. Always remember na yung tapat kasi ng CCJ, madami diyang pwede pang dumaan. Hindi lamang si Mr. A. No? Yun yung idea dyan. Kasi diba sabi natin, sa uninhabited place, yan yung lugar kung saan walang katao-tao, bihira lang yung taong dumaan. We all know naman, yung tapat ng CCJ is matao. Madaming dumadaan kasi may mga bahay-bahay pa. Okay? So, yan yung difference between the act and the omission. Now, syempre, yung sinabi nating example kanina, nakalagay kasi yan or violation kasi yan sa ating criminal law. So, again, when we say crime, in Tagalog, yan yung krimen na ginawa ng tao. But for us, dahil criminology students kayo, you should know kung ano ba yung legal definition of our crime. Which, ito nga, sabi dyan, it is an act or omission in violation of a criminal law providing or commanding it. Next naman, ayan, we have also two definitions pa ng ating crime. Based on the Philippine Law Dictionary, it refers to an act committed or omitted in violation of public law. We also have here, it also refers to an act committed or omitted in violation of a public law providing or commanding it by Reyes 2006. Okay, almost, yes, magkakaiba lang structure pero same lang din naman sila. Next, ayan, discuss natin, himay-himayin ulit natin yung what is crime. When we say elements of the crime, ito yung mga kailangan nating makita so that masabi natin crime yung isang bagay. Okay, na-discuss na natin kanina, there must be an act or omission. Again, elements of the crime, there must be an act or omission that happens. And next, the act or omission must be voluntary. When you say voluntary, there is a freedom doon sa tao. Ginusto niya. Okay? And next naman, there is an intelligence. Syempre, inisip niya muna kung tama ba yung gagawin niya or mali. Then, ginawa niya pa rin. And then, we have there the intent or yung ano ba yung motibo ng tao na ano ba yung motibo niya. And next naman na elements is that an act or omission must be punishable by law. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin kanina. Kahit anong actions pa yan, kung hindi naman yan sinasabi na batas na crime yan, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin crime yan. That is why, anong nauna, it is the law. Once na sinabi ng law na iyang actions na ginawa mo is crime, doon pa lang natin masasabi or mako-consider na crime yung isang action. Okay. Ayan. Andiyan palang definition ng criminal law. Sabi dyan, branch of law that defines crimes, treats of their nature, and provides for their punishment. Again, ano yung criminal law na yan? Para siyang yan yung Bible natin. Why? Kasi dyan ngayon natin makikita lahat ng mga crimes. Okay? Lahat ng mga crimes. Sabi dyan, a branch of law that defines crime, treats of their nature, and provides for their punishment. Sa criminal law, doon nila sinasabi yung mga crimes, kung paano ba siya magiging krimen, at dito rin natin makikita kung ano ba yung mga punishment or penalty na ibibigay for that specific crime. Okay. Now, pasok na tayo dito sa ating criminal justice system. What is the criminal justice system? Okay, we have there the definition. Sabi dyan, it is a machinery used by the government to prevent and control crimes. Again, when we say criminal justice system, sabi natin dyan, it is a machinery used by the government to prevent and control crimes. Now, underline the word machinery. What is machinery? When we say machinery now, it actually refers to a tool or a device or an equipment used to make things easy. So, ideally speaking, no, yung CJS natin or the criminal justice system, it is now a tool na ginagamit ng government natin to help in the prevention and control of the crime. Because sabi nga natin, our government is a very busy structure. So, bakit nila ginawa yung criminal justice system? Siyempre, to lighten ngayon yung function nila. Which is the very reason why they created that, or the CJS. Now, sabi natin, machinery used by the government to prevent and control crime. Okay. Now, dahil na-discuss na natin what is a criminal justice system, sabi natin, it is a machinery used by the government to prevent and control crimes. Now, i-define naman natin yung criminal justice system based doon sa mga words na ginamit sa kanya. As you can see, we have there the three words, which is first, the criminal, the justice, and the system. Now, let's define criminal. Di ba sabi nga natin last meeting, when we say criminal, it is a person who committed an act or committed a crime. Okay. Sabi natin dito, criminal is a law violator. Okay? Kasi nag-violate siya ng batas. Kaya tinawag siyang criminal. Then, next, we have there ngayon, yung criminal natin, it is also considered the superstar of the criminal justice system. Okay, always remember, pagdating sa CJS, tinatawag ngayon nating superstar yung criminal. Why? Because now, the focus of the criminal justice system is all about the accused. Okay? Doon sa criminal natin. Because most of the attention is given to him or to her. Why? Kasi nga naman, di ba? Pagdating sa first pillar, sino nga arestuhin? Yang akusado. Pagdating sa prosecution pillar, kaninong case yung tinitignan? Para pa rin sa kanya. Then pagdating naman sa court, kanino pa rin yung chine-check? Doon pa rin sa gumawa ng krimen. Then, pagdating kay correction, syempre nakabase pa rin dun tayo sa convict na yun. Then, pagdating sa community, sila pa rin yung iniisip natin. So, always remember na yung criminal nyo, kino-considered siyang superstar ng CJS because it is now the focus of the criminal justice system. Di ba ang weird? Sabi dyan, criminal justice system. Okay. So, ayan, pasadahan muna natin itong sabi dyan, paano daw natin masasabi, no? If a person is a criminal under the following circumstances. First, syempre, that person must have committed a crime. Dapat gumawa siya ng krimen. Then after that, he must have been apprehended and investigated by the police officer, DOSH, or the law enforcers natin. Okay, hindi lang police officer, pwede rin yung mga other law enforcers natin dyan. And next, after niya ma-apprehend, when we say apprehend, arrest, no? When we say apprehend, arrest. When we say again arrest, ano yan? It is now the taking of a person into the custody that he or she may be bound to answer for the commission of an offense. Okay. After that, By virtue of insufficient physical evidence and testimonies of the witness, he must have been arrested. And then, number 4, due to the presence of the prima facie evidence, the case was remanded to the court by the prosecutor for trial. Okay, when we say no prima facie evidence at first glance, yan yung ibig sabihin yan. Ano yung ibig sabihin naman ng at first glance? Pag makita daw ni prosecutor yung evidence presented by him or her, by our investigator, masasabi agad ni prosecutor, okay, malakas yung ebidensya natin, may laban to. Okay? Yan yung sinasabi nating prima facie evidence. Meron tayong there's a strong enough evidence para masabi nating na yung tao na yan is siya talaga yung nag-commit ng krimen. Next naman, there was arraignment. Okay, ito na i-discuss na natin to pagdating sa court. And then, there was trial. Sa court na rin yan. I-discuss natin pag nandun na tayo sa court pillar. And also, the offender was found guilty, syempre. And next, a sentence was rendered by the court. Sinong nagre-render ng sentence? That will be your judge. And then, the convict was confined in prison. Okay, dito, pagdating dito sa number 9, nasa correction pillar na tayo. Kasi ikukulong na yung tao. And then, the convict has finally fully served his sentence in prison. Ayan, yan yung process niya. Okay, balik tayo dito. Balik tayo sa definition ng criminal justice system based on the words used. First, kanina din-discuss natin criminal, that will be a law violator. It is a person who committed in violation to our criminal law. The person committed that said violation is now considered the criminal. Okay, malinaw na tayo dyan. Wala na tayong problem. Next naman, we have there the word justice. Okay, when we say now justice, it is the equality in the application of the law. Again, write it down. Kasi hindi na ikisulat yung isang word dyan. When we say justice, it is the equality in the application of the law. Okay, ano meaning naman ng justice? Siyempre, the implementation of the law now, or the enforcement of it, must be fair and it must be implemented with everyone. Dapat fair tayo dito. Justice. That is why, mayroon tayong tinatawag na Lady Justicia. Kilala niyo ba si Lady Justicia? Yung blind, yung statue na may blindfold, tapos may hawak na sword and may hawak siyang balance. Okay. And next naman, we have there the word system. When we say now system, it is a process of interrelated parts. So meaning, yes, we have the system, which is composed of the different parts, and these parts now will be requiring the assistance or the help of another part in order for them to be functional. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Diba nga in the criminal justice system, we have 5 pillars. Sabi natin doon, yung 5 pillars na yan, they can stand naman on their own, no? Kaso nga lang, syempre, yung isang part, needed pa rin yan by other part in order for that they function properly. So meaning, sa 5 pillars na yan, bawal yan magkahiwa-hiwalay or bawal silang mawala sa isa't isa. Okay? Again, when we say system, it is a process of interrelated parts. Now, let's discuss what is the purpose of your CJS. Okay, sabi dyan, to process those who have been accused of criminal activities. Okay, ano yung purpose ng CJS? I-process natin yung mga akusado na nag-commit ng criminal activities. And then, we have there the objectives of the CJS. Number 1, preventing the commission of a crime. Okay? What is the first objective ng CJS natin? To prevent the commission of a crime. And then, number 2, enforcing the law. Number 2, enforcing the law. When we say enforcing, ipatupad natin yung batas. And then number 3, protecting the life and the properties. Okay, protecting the life ng mga tao and yung mga properties or mga ari-arian nila. Next, deterring people from indulging in criminal activities. When I say deterring people from indulging in criminal activities, maiwasan natin or mapigilan or mabawasan natin yung mga tao na yon na mag-commit ng mga crimes or criminal activities. And letter E, we have there, determine the innocence or the guilt of the accused. Okay, one of the objectives of the CJS, syempre, alamin natin kung inosente ba yung tao na yan or guilty. Next, letter F, investigate, apprehend. When we say apprehend again, ano yan? Arrest, prosecute, and impose penalty upon those who cannot be deterred from violating the law. Di ba sabi natin kanina, deterring people from indulging into criminal activities. Now, hindi natin ngayon sila napigilan. Anong gagawin natin dun sa tao nag-commit ng crime? Siyempre, first, we investigate. After that, we arrest the person. Then after that, punta kay prosecutor, you prosecute that person. And pagdating naman kay a judge, syempre, the judge will now impose penalty for that person. And letter G, rehabilitate offenders and return them to the community as a law-abiding citizen. Again, ano yung letter G na yan? Parang hindi na nakita dito, no? It's rehabilitate offenders and return them to the community as a law-abiding citizen. After masabi ni judge na yung tao na yan really committed a crime, guilty siya, anong gagawin? Ipupunta siya ngayon sa correction pillar. Anong gagawin sa correction pillar? I-rehabilitate natin yung tao. When we say i-rehabilitate, we are now changing yung bad behavior ng tao na yan into a good behavior. And then, after that, after ma-rehabilitate yung tao at after niya ma-serve yung sentence niya, anong gagawin natin? We will now return that individual to the community as a law-abiding citizen. Okay, for the goals of the CJS, ayan, ang dami. Prevention of crime, protect the members of the society against the crime. We must maintain peace and order. We suppress criminality and review the legality of the existing rules and regulations, and also to rehabilitate and reform the offenders. Ayan lang siya. Next, we have there sabi dyan, in theory, the criminal justice system is an integrated apparatus that is concerned with the following. Again, sabi natin, yung CJS daw, integrated apparatus yan, which now concerned with the following. Okay, dyan natin makikita na paulit-ulit lang. Paano ba nag-i-start yung process natin doon sa criminal? First, apprehend the person. After ma-apprehend or ma-aresto yung tao, proceed tayo kay prosecution. The prosecution or the prosecutor will identify if there is a prima facie evidence na magko-convict talaga doon sa tao. And after that, proceed siya kay court. The court pillar will now have a trial for that person. And then, after the trial, the judge will identify if that person is guilty or not. If it is guilty, proceed tayo sa conviction. When we say conviction, makukulong na yung tao. So, yung tao na yan, magsiserve siya ngayon ng kanyang sentence. And then, habang nagsiserve siya ng sentence, we are now rehabilitating or we are now correcting that person. Okay, yun lang siya. Yun yung overview talaga ng ating CJS. Okay, now, proceed tayo dito sa people involved in the CJS. Kasi baka marinig-rinig niyo tong mga words na to. Okay. Number 1, we have the suspect. 2, the accused, the respondent, the victim or the complainant, and the people of the Philippines. First, we have there the word suspect. Sino ba yung suspect na yan? Okay? Ngayon, as a criminology students, pag sinabi niyong suspect, it now refers to a person who allegedly committed a crime. Again, when we say now a suspect, it now refers to a person who allegedly committed a crime. When we say allegedly, hindi pa naman talaga napatunayan na siya yung nag-commit ng crime. So meaning, when we say allegedly, pinaghihinalaan pa lang na yung tao na yan is yung nag-commit ng krimen. Okay. Suspect refers to a person who allegedly committed a crime. Ano pa? It is a term used to refer to a person who is undergoing criminal investigation. Undergoing pa lang yung criminal investigation. So meaning, based on the definition provided, sa tingin nyo, on what pillar natin makikita yung suspect na yan? Okay? Ganito. Dahil sabi nga natin, that person allegedly committed the crime, that person is undergoing criminal investigation, sa law enforcement pillar pa lang po yan papasok. Once na yung tao is nandoon sa law enforcement pillar, ang tawag pa lang natin sa kanya ay suspect. Okay, again, anong tawag natin doon sa taong nag-commit daw ng crime or the person who allegedly committed a crime and a person who is undergoing investigation? Ang tawag natin dyan ay suspect. On what pillar yan papasok? During nandoon siya sa ating law enforcement pillar. Next, we have there the word accused. Okay. Kailan naman natin gagamitin yung word na accused na yan? Sabi dyan, when a person who was formally charged in court for the commission of an offense. Again, accused. A person who was formally charged in court for the commission of an offense. O, andyan na yung word. Nandun tayo ngayon sa court pillar. Tatawagin nating accuse yung tao na yan once na nabigyan na siya or there is a formally charge for that person by the judge. So meaning, sa court pillar, ang tawag natin dun sa tao is accused. And then, we have there the victim or the complainant. Diba sabi nga natin, sino naman yung victim na yan or complainant? It is the forgotten party in the criminal case. Okay? The victim or the complainant, yan po yung forgotten party. When we say forgotten, siya na yung nakalimutan. Bakit? Kasi ano bang trabaho lang ng ating victim? Nasaan lang ba siya natin makikita? Diba makikita lang natin ang victim, magre-report siya sa police station. Then after that, yun na. Sino na yung saan na tayo nakafocus? Doon na sa criminal. No? From law enforcement to community. So, in CJS, always remember the victim or the complainant. That would be your forgotten party. And next, we have there the people of the Philippines. Now, sino naman yung people of the Philippines? Baka kasi nagtataka kayo, di ba? Pag magbabasa kayo ng mga criminal cases natin. Sabi doon, Juan de la Cruz versus people of the Philippines. Okay, bakit kayo laging kasama yung mga tao sa Philippines? So meaning ba pag pumatay si Juan de la Cruz, lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas pinatay niyo? No. Kahit na isang tao lang yung pinatay ni Juan de la Cruz, pero ang kalaban niya dyan is buong Pilipinas. Why? Sabi nga dyan, the actual offended party. Kasi, di ba, kung pumatay ka ng isang tao, anong mangyayari doon sa community? Magkakaroon na ngayon ng fear. Okay, matatakot na sila. So, matatakot sila for their safety. Kaya siya ngayon. So, ayan siya. People of the Philippines, the actual offended party. Okay, balikan natin. Kasi may nakalimutan ata tayo dong isang word. So, ganito, summary. Ano ba ito? Wait lang. Ayan. First, you have the arrest. We have there the suspect. Diba sabi natin, suspect, saan yan? Papasok, law enforcement pillar. When we say suspect, that person is allegedly committed a crime. That person is undergoing a criminal investigation. Sino ang mag-check or sino mag-investigate dyan? That would be your law enforcement. Kaya siya nasa law enforcement pillar, ang tawag sa kanya ay suspect. Now, proceed tayo sa prosecution, ma'am. Parang hindi mo nasabi anong tawag naman dun sa tao kapag nasa prosecution pillar siya. Okay, you have there the respondent. Okay? Tawag natin doon sa tao na yan, kapag nasa prosecution pillar na siya, that will be your respondent. Then, after that, proceed tayo sa third pillar, which is the court. Ano naman tawag natin dyan? You have there the accused. Ang tawag natin doon sa taong nag-commit daw ng crime is the accused. Ayan. Again, during law enforcement pillar, ang tawag natin dun sa tao, suspect. During the prosecution pillar, ang tawag natin dun sa tao ay respondent. During the court pillar, ang tawag natin dun sa tao ay accused. Then, pagdating sa correction pillar, anong tawag natin dyan? Siyempre, tawag na natin dyan, convict. Okay, convict. During the correction pillar. And then, once na nasa community na yan, ang tawag na po natin sa kanila is graduate. Okay? Pagdating sa community, anong tawag natin dyan is graduate. Ayan, ang pangit ng sulat. Pero sana naintindihan. Okay. Ulit. Law enforcement pillar, suspect. Prosecution pillar, respondent. Court pillar, accused. Correction pillar, convict or the criminal. And then for the community pillar, that would be graduate. And then we also have the word victim, the forgotten party. And the people of the Philippines, the actual offended party. Ayan, sana naiintindihan pa ng lahat. Okay. Ay, parang naulit na siya, no? So, when we say crime, we have there a social definition naman. Na-discuss na natin what is the legal definition of crime. Now, meron din daw siyang social definition. Sabi dyan, harmful to the norms of the society. They are the unacceptable acts. Okay. Harmful to the norms of the society. They are the unacceptable acts. Now, underline the word norms. Ano yung norms na yan? Write it down. When we say now norm or norms, it is any standard or rule regarding what human being should or should not think, say, or do under given circumstances. Again, when we say norm, it refers now to any standard or rule regarding what human being should or should not think, say, or do under given circumstances. In other terms, yan yung mga bagay na pag ginawa mo is hindi siya acceptable doon sa ating society. Okay, we have their pagpatay. Kahit walang batas na magsabi na yung pagpatay is a crime, mako-considered ngayon natin yung unacceptable acts. Okay? So, legal definition, na-discuss na natin yan. An act committed or omitted in the violation of the criminal law. When we say act, there is an external action performed by a person tending to produce an effect in the external world. Okay? Nagawa ka ng isang action. And next, we have the word omitted. Ayan, na-discuss na natin. Failure to do an action. Hindi ka kasi or wala ka kasing ginawa. And then, naulit na, no? What are the elements of crime? Na-discuss na natin yan. Okay. So, next meeting, i-discuss natin tong legal classifications of crime. Okay, sana man nakikinig pa kayo up until now, no? If nakikinig pa kayo up until now, mag-comment kayo dun sa comment section natin. You write your last name, first name, and your section. And then sa baba nun, isulat nyo yung favorite nyo na sports. Okay? Again, last name, first name, and your section. Then sa baba, isulat nyo yung favorite nyong prutas na lang. Okay? Hindi na sports. Sige, prutas na lang. Para makita natin yung mga taong nakikinig talaga during the discussion. Okay, now, dito natin tapusin yung discussion. And then, next meeting, ito na yung start natin, the legal classifications of crime. Discuss natin yung according to law violated up to the law according to the nature of the act. And right after natin ng discussion, we will have your first quiz. Nagkakaintindihan po ba? Okay. After natin ma-discuss to next meeting, we will have your quiz number 1. So, ayun lang. So, kita-kita tayo next week. Sana may class na, no? So that we will have our face-to-face discussion. So, sana panoorin ng maigi at intindihin ng bawat isa. Because, syempre, sa diniscuss natin ngayon, sana masanay tayo. Masanay muna tayo na ganito. May mga times talaga na mag-discuss ako, tapos ipapanood lang sa inyo kasi nga dahil sa mga class suspension natin. So, I hope pinapanood talaga ng bawat isa sa inyo. So, ayun lang. So, quiz tayo next meeting. Pero i-discuss muna to then right after that quiz. So, goodbye everyone. Stay safe.